We are going to demonstrate an example of a protocol in EMDR called a calm place. So, as part of any therapy work, the first thing we have to do is learn how to regulate our own nervous system so that when you're not in the therapy room, you can live your life and you can manage your triggers and you can calm down when you need to, and you don't have to just feel like everything is chaos, because you don't have to be fully healed in order to be fully present.
Okay.
And so we start with resources, and a calm place is a resource. So what we're going to do is demonstrate kind of how we build that, and I will use eye movements to kind of show like how EMDR works.
Okay.
So the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is just imagine the calmest place you can think of. Something that feels neutral, something that feels okay, something that feels safe. It can be real or imagined. You don't have to have ever been there. Matter of fact, it's probably helpful if you've never been there. Anything that comes to mind. Just think about it and then let me know when you have it.
I have it.
Okay, so describe this place to me.
How it makes me feel, or what it physically looks like?
What it physically looks like. We'll start with the kind of image of the place.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you see there?
I see on the smaller side, room that has my things in it. So
Okay.
it has my books. It has a lot of pillows and blankets. Those are my comfy things.
Okay.
It has like board games and like, I don't know, it feels comfortable.
Okay.
It's gray,
Okay.
pink.
Good.
I like a lot of pink.
Yeah.
Has some rose gold sparkly things in there.
Okay.
They make me happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you notice and you look around this room and you see these colors and these items that make you feel comfortable, is there a smell or a feeling? Like, is it cool? Is it warm? Like, what does it feel like in there?
It's warm lights.
Okay.
It's very warm. No bright light, crazy halogen stuff like
Okay.
that.
No fluorescent lighting?
No fluorescent lighting.
Okay.
It's very warm. Yeah, like no lights above.
Okay.
I don't know why that's like important to me. No lights above.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it smells like the beach.
Okay. I love that.
Yeah, it smells like coconut and like, remember like Hawaiian tropic sunscreen?
I do. Yes.
Everything smells like Hawaiian tropic
so
sunscreen.
I'm getting I can like smell it right now as you even say it. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Okay. So it smells like Hawaiian tropic. It's warm in there, nice warm lighting. What sounds do you hear in this space?
My music.
Okay.
I have certain music that I listen to that helps to like kind of give me that woosah moment. So I'm gonna age myself here a little bit, but I like to listen to the Eagles.
Okay.
I like Stevie Nicks.
Okay.
I like some Portishead.
Okay.
Like just very like,
Cool.
yeah.
Okay.
Has a really calm.
Yeah. I always get that sense of like anytime I hear about a calm space like this, like it just like makes me kind of release. Like, what do you notice in your nervous system, like just in your physical body right now as you're describing it to me?
I don't feel uptight. I don't feel tension like back here, because I get that a lot. I don't feel that right now. I don't have like the stomach anxiety that I had even like as we were like, hey, let's film some stuff about EMDR.
Sure.
Like, I could feel my anxiousness coming out, but as I talk about my calm space,
it kind of comes down. Okay.
Yeah, we're just talking about
Perfect.
things that make me happy.
I love that. Okay. So then what we're going to do is we're going to deepen that sensation. We're going to install it, is what it's called in EMDR. So just notice those body sensations, notice the room, notice everything that you've described, and then just follow my hand as you notice all that. And then what's that like?
So honestly, at first, it's a little crazy because I'm literally watching your fingers. So like I was more in the moment of what was happening more than in my space.
Yeah.
So I had to like kind of call it and be like, okay, I have to be in the space.
Okay.
And watch the fingers.
Yeah.
So, but it felt more normal as we got to like the fourth pass. I was like, okay, this is the spit, and it kind of felt like a rocking.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's like when you hold a baby,
right?
Right. So like that mechanism, that side to side,
right,
can be really calming and can be really soothing for us because it's our womb, right?
Right.
So that's actually, and I'm glad that you mentioned that because that actually, there's science behind that. That's part of why this makes sense. So, okay, so let's call that back up, and then I want you to just take like a snapshot of it.
Okay.
So you've got that image in your mind. What would you call this space? If you were going to label it, like remember the Polaroids where you just like write on the bottom?
Right.
We're going to make a mental Polaroid. So take a picture.
Okay.
What are you writing on the bottom?
Yes,
What's it called?
please.
Yes, please. Okay. That's perfect. I love that. Okay. So yes, please. So just take that image, pair it with the words yes, please, and just notice all of that and watch my hand again. What do you notice about that? What happens for you?
It made me kind of repeat it, like in my head. I'm like, yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, please. And so at first, my heartbeat went up a little bit because I think it was more anticipatory.
Oh.
Like, what is this going to do that's different?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
because we'd already done this.
Right.
And now I'm saying, okay, but now I'm adding yes, please, and I'm thinking about the space. So am I going to get, what's new? What's going to happen? But as it just started to become more like a mantra, then it started to bring me back into the comfortable.
Okay, cool. So the fun part is to test this resource.
Okay.
Okay.
Fun
so
for who?
we've built the resource.
Okay.
And so we built the resource. So the idea is that you're going to have this and you're going to use this resource. You're going to call it up in the future when you need it. So you have this image, you have this space, and you know what that feels like, right? So out in the world, let's say you're sitting in traffic, let's say you're stressed, you're frustrated, whatever, and you want to be like, let me get that back. You're going to be like, yes, please, boom. And you're going to we want to pair it, right? Because what wires together, fires together. So what that means is we're going to link this up, this feeling and this image and these words in your brain and your body so that it can become sort of an automatic helper for you out in the real world. Okay. So in order to test this resource, I usually just ask somebody to like think of something a little bit annoying. Anything. Like I went to go get coffee and I ran out of coffee or something. Like something annoying.
Okay. All right. I got it.
Okay. So like benign, right? Like not that bad.
Yeah.
So as you think of the annoying thing, just curious what happens in your body.
I get really irritated. Like I feel irritated right now.
Okay. Where do you feel it?
My chest feels a little bit tighter.
Okay. Yeah. So
I'm not okay with that.
Yeah. So you notice that immediately we can just boop.
My eyes feel a little squintier.
Yeah, like now I'm in this space, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my shoulders are a little more like crunchy.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's invite your nervous system to pull up your calm place.
Okay.
What happens? What's going on?
It definitely feels better.
Okay, but not all the way, I get the sense.
Not all the way.
Why? I don't know the answer, by the way.
I'm not quite sure. I think because it's sitting there in the back of my head.
Okay.
Like I'm in my calm place, but now I'm in my calm place being irritated, and that makes me upset.
Okay.
I don't want to be upset in my calm place.
I don't want you to either. So I want to invite your brain system to allow that thing to exist and not have it be something that impacts your ability to be in the present right now. So
Okay.
for example, notice that that irritating thing is not in this room with us.
Okay.
And then visit your calm place. See if you can call that up again.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Okay.
What happens this time?
The triggering thing seems less significant.
Okay.
I feel like it's still there, but I feel like I can have that, I can access that. It can be a later thing.
Yeah. It's not happening right now.
Right. I can deal with that, handle it, make it something later.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to, like, it didn't go away. Is what I'm
Sure.
saying, but I can deal with it later.
Yeah. So, what do you think that says about you? That this thing exists, but it doesn't have to bother you now. You can deal with it later. What does that mean about you as a person?
It means that I can prioritize my stuff.
Yeah, you can. Just notice that. Notice how that feels. Notice your space. And just watch right in again. And what's that like?
It automatically
Mm-hmm.
took me back to, like, the yes please.
Okay.
So I think the word connection was even more
Yeah.
important for me.
Yeah.
Because I think I needed that piece
Yeah.
to it, because I'm a word focused person.
Yes.
So to be able to go, okay, yes please.
Yeah.
Yes please. Yes please. Like, to
Yes.
me, that, and it just gives me it takes all the other crap out of my brain. And then it just lets me be, because now that I'm associating that with that mental image,
Mm-hmm.
the mental image sits in the back.
Mm-hmm.
The yes please sits in the front of my brain, but the picture sits in the back. Does that make sense?
It sure
I
does.
sound like I'm crazy right now.
No, you know what's funny about that is, like, your prefrontal cortex is what handles words and numbers and logic and data like that. And then it makes actual sense that it physically feels like it's in the front. So our brains work in really, really interesting ways. And so what we're doing right now is figuring out how to find the right stuff at the right time with the right combination of information that's going to help your nervous system find safety and connection and calm.
Gotcha.
And everybody's going to be different about that. But when you notice it, it's because that's how your brain's working. And it makes perfect sense.
Well, I feel good about that.
Yeah, you should. You should feel good about it. I feel good about it for you. So that calm space is something that you can bring up at any time.
Okay.
Now, I use my hands, and that sense of connection is helpful because we're both in the room together. But I want you to know that when you're on your own, and I'm not here, you can still find that dual attention, and you can still find that sort of sway.
Okay.
So there's a couple of different ways that you can do that on your own. When you're at home and you're kind of trying to yes please and trying to get that stuff up, you can just tap slow. Like, you remember how slow I moved, right?
Right.
So you can just sort of like, call it up, tap it out.
Okay.
Give yourself a few seconds. And try to help yourself kind of find all of those elements, right, that we've done. You can also literally sway. Like, if you're standing, I don't know if you do this, but I do this. I'll like sway when I'm standing. There's something else known as like a butterfly hug, which I teach this to kids a lot, where they kind of just cross their arms like this.
Okay.
And then you just tap your shoulders.
This one feels weird to me.
That's fine. It's a little more overt. Am I right? I like covert stuff.
Yeah.
This is like nobody can see
like,
what I'm doing right now.
Right. This is a
Plus you can do this in public.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So those are the things that you can kind of pair with it to strengthen this resource. And I would encourage you to practice this resource even when you don't think you need it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because just like when we started, you don't really notice how much tension you're carrying in your body.
Yes.
Until you let it go.
Right.
And so this is going to help your brain and body know, like, oh, I don't have to do that right now. I thought I did. I don't. And so it really can train yourself to, we want to get these things automated eventually, right?
Gotcha.
Just like the tension's automated, we're trying to get this to be automated. So we want to just practice it all the time. And if it doesn't work, that's okay. There's plenty of other things out there that you can add on. And we'll keep practicing this. And then typically with a typical client, I'll say, practice it, come back, tell me where it worked, tell me where it didn't, and we'll figure out what additional stuff we need in order to make that work for you.
Okay.
So yeah. How is that for you?
That's great.
Cool.
I feel like I have another tool in my belt that I can.
Well, yeah.
I know. Yeah. No, I like it. I like that I was able to find that space in my brain and have that awareness of front and back and calm.
Yeah.
And I was a little worried when it didn't totally connect at first. Yeah, when the thing didn't go away. Like, I was like,
oh no, it's not working.
Right.
Yeah.
EMDR is not going to work for me.
I'm doing it. No, you're not.
But even like that minute of panic,
yeah,
I'm able to kind of go into that space and be like, it's cool. It's
okay.
It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
I can be in my space and not have that thing.
Yeah.
So I like it.
Cool. Thank you for doing this with me.
Thanks for showing me how.
Appreciate it. All right.